Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about how to create a page on your WordPress website where you can show off the various backgrounds. And this is for people buying 3 months to 6 figures. However, I am putting this on YouTube. Just ignore my dog. I am putting this up on YouTube, and anybody who's interested in this, there's a link to my blog, so follow that and you can get to my blog and just find out more about me. So if you will look at this page, see this is a page on a website, so we're going to talk all about how to do that. And notice what I've got. I've got a number, right? So I've got all these numbers, which I think goes down to something, whatever, 70. And I don't really know how many pictures you want to put up, have to put up, etc., but here they are. And so we got essentially what is a table, and we've got one column going down here. I know it just kind of does that when I hover over it, but essentially this is like a grid. Okay, so on the left hand side you've got numbers 1 through 70. On the right hand side you've got the images. Now every image has a watermark. Why is that? I don't want somebody just saying, save image as and downloading the image and not paying me for the graphics work. So we watermark the images. How do you watermark an image? Well, here is a great, it's really pretty easy to do. We're talking to you guys about using GIMP. And here is a very good tutorial, very easy to do, about how to watermark the image. And basically, so I'm including this link in the members area. Again, ignore my dog. I'm including this link in the members area, and then you can just take your images and watermark them. Okay, you can say something like copy for demonstration purposes only or whatever. So you can do all of that. So yeah, let's talk about the things that have to happen in order to make this happen. Number one, you've got to download, your images to your computer, number one. Number two, and again, I apologize for the dog that's currently around here feeding time, 5 o'clock p.m., but I got to get this video done because I promised y'all that I'd get it done for you. So number two, you got to get the images up on your website, right? And then you've got to create a table. Okay, so let's talk about all of the above. I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of images, and I've got one image right here on my desktop. So I'm going to talk to you about how to get that image onto your website. Now, when you log into your WordPress website, I'm not going to talk to you about how to buy a domain, how to install WordPress. There are like 40 million YouTube videos about how to do that. You need a domain. You need hosting. Those are two different things. I put my domains at GoDaddy. My hosting, I'm currently moving my hosting because I'm dissatisfied with my current host, so I can't really recommend anybody to you. But, even something like HostGator hosting would work great for you. JVZoo has some excellent hosting. My son uses JVZoo hosting for his all of his coding that he's doing for me and all this. It's very inexpensive. As a matter of fact, I'm making some notes here of stuff to give you. Let's say JVZoo hosting link. I really like their hosting a lot. It's very inexpensive. And it's good quality. Okay, so let's say you've got your WordPress website up, and see, here's my blog, Internet Maverick, and so this is the dashboard to my website. And so you got that up, and you get all this stuff over here. Now, let's do this. When you're looking at a WordPress site, and y'all probably already know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, just in case. When you're looking at a WordPress website, okay, you're basically seeing about 3 things, okay? You're seeing a frame around the content being in here. Now, this is the home page, and you can see I've got posts that have been made and all this stuff. Those actually should resize themselves. But, so here's my site. I got all these posts. And so you see there's a frame around the content. The frame is created by, the header here, the navigation bar here, and a sidebar here. And this is a theme that does this. As a matter of fact, this particular theme is one of WordPress's stock themes. I think this is 2012, I'm not sure. I like this theme a lot. It's very simple. You use whatever you want to use. But anyway, this right here, okay, this content right here down the middle, or kind of like the middle to the left. See how each of these is a piece of content? These are called posts, okay? Right there. And if you clicked, I'm not, but if you clicked on that, it would open up and you'd see the whole thing all on one screen here. This content right here, like this is what you call a page, okay? These are called pages, okay? So there's a difference between posts and pages. What I'm going to teach you how to do is to put this on a page. Now you notice the difference between, well, I should have left that up. This page, which is on one website of mine, internetmaverick.com, and this page, which is on my membership site, is that this page doesn't have a header and doesn't have a sidebar. That's because this theme excludes those. I have the ability to exclude those. A lot of themes let you do that nowadays. If not, their plugins will do that you can use to do that. You're going to have to research that on your own, because I don't know exactly what your theme looks like, so it'd be kind of silly for me to sit here and tell you how to do something that you don't need to do. For your purposes of displaying the graphics that you want your customers to look at, it would be fine for you to display them in the midst of the framework of your regular site, okay? So that would be just fine for you to do. So there would be nothing wrong with having all of this right here vertically, okay? That would be just fine from a business point of view. So that takes care of the difference between a page and a post. Now to create a page, okay? You go to your dashboard and notice right here where it says posts, that's how you create a post. You go here and say add new. Where it says pages, that's how you create a page. You say add new. Okay, now I'm on Internet Maverick, so we're going to go here and we're going to add a new page. And I just opened this up on a different tab so you could take a look at it. So let's just call this page graphics test. Okay? And to publish the page, to make it visible for everybody else, we're just going to publish it there. And you see that link, that would be the link to the page. Now there's nothing on it except for, remember I told you about the framework? So you can see the framework here across the top and on the right hand side, but notice the actual content is not there yet, okay? So we've got the framework. So the next thing we need to do is we need to create a table. And I use a plugin called TablePress. Now, how do you add a plugin? Well, you go to Plugins and you go to Add New. And you can search for this table plugin, which TablePress. Let's see if that'll search for that. If I spelled it right. Let's see how that's spelled. Where are you? I have too many tabs open, obviously. These are together, sorry. My bad. Here's TablePress. TablePress is a really great table plugin. It makes tables, okay? You can make a table yourself if you know HTML, but that's a pain in the neck. Use something like TablePress. To add it in, see, I've already got it installed, but let's say I were to use this one. Use this one, but let's say if I were to use this one, I'd hit install now. It'll show up on my plugins. You can figure all that out. It's pretty easy. Okay, so that's how you find the TablePress plugin. Once you've got your plugin installed, we're going to go to See how I go here to table press that way? Okay, now here, and I've got a ton of tables that I use for stuff and stuff like that. Like my products, I have a table that I use for that. So if we wanted to add a new table right here, we just hit Add New. So let's give our table a name. Test Graphics Table. Okay, and you can give it a description if you want. If you have a ton of tables, on one of my sites I have a ton of tables for various things, so I do describe them to help me find them. Now, rows and columns. Going this way, these are rows. Going that way, those are columns. Like columns hold up a business, Jesus. Columns hold up a building, okay? So they're vertical. So, I think we can get rid of that. Maybe not. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Just trying to clean this up a little bit. Okay. So, number of rows. Let's say that I want, well, I had 70 before, right? So I'd have 70 rows. But I had 2 columns. So we're going to, you can change these numbers like that, or you can just write them in. So let's say 10 rows and 2 columns. And I'm going to add a table. Okay. Now this doesn't add the table to your post yet. Nobody's seeing this yet. It's just going to give you a thing to fill out. Okay. So here is this is what you're going to fill in. So notice, let's see if I did 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now I'm wishing I hadn't had 10, and 6, and 7, and 8, and what's that, 9, and 10, okay? All of this stuff, first row of the table is the header. Just get rid of all that crap. You don't need that. I think this should be good. Background colors of consecutive rows shall alternate. Yeah, get rid of that. Highlight a row when mouse cursor hovers over it. That's what's doing that. That's kind of cool, right? Okay, so we'll keep that. You can play around with that. You don't have to do it just like me. And save changes. Now, I know we don't have the picture up there yet. Notice when I save the changes up here, I got a table ID. If you'll just copy that and take this over to your page that you just created, okay, here's the table. Okay, so maybe you want to say something a little more intelligent than here's the table, like please choose which one you want, or our custom backgrounds for blah, blah, blah. You know, I can't tell you what to do there. But anyway, I'm going to put the table ID in there. And this is graphics test. So let's move this here. Okay. Currently, this is what this looks like, right? Remember, it was the framework without anything in the middle. And I want to update that. Okay. And let's do this. So we're going to update that. Now that we got our table in there. And see here here's my table, and notice now no pictures yet, but we have the beginnings of that, right? Let's get rid of this. We don't need that. See, we have the beginnings of those. So now all we got to do is we got to get our pictures in this part. Okay, well, there are a couple of things that have to happen there. Number one, you've got to upload your picture to WordPress, which fundamentally means you're moving it from your computer to your server. Okay, this is your hosting. And you do this inside of WordPress. It's very easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the next thing, we have a little bit of code. It's HTML code. I'm going to give you the code in your little, creating a little cheat sheet for you here. So let's call this image code. Okay, so I'm going to give you that code. Let's just save that so I don't lose that. I'll show you what to do there. And then we're going to put that code in wherever my table was. Where was my table? I don't know why that's not over here. But anyway, we're going to put that code in here, okay, in this column. Now look, if you're totally like technophobic, quit sweating bullets, calm down, just do some deep breathing. Go to YouTube and look up yogic breathing or something. It's all great. Everything's great. This is not hard to do. I can do technological stuff. I'm a copywriter. I don't particularly enjoy it, okay? But if I can do it, you can do it. So hang loose. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this picture right here and we're going to move it from my computer up to my server where my WordPress site is. Well, let's go back here and let's go to media. So a picture, video, things like that, that's media. Okay, so we want to go media and then we're just going to hit add new. And what I'm going to do is so this is telling me now you can just take it and drag it and pop it in here, but usually I'll just do it the way I usually do it. Select files, and you get this thing that pops up. See, this is my desktop with all my crap on it, and there's the picture that I want to upload. So we're going to take that. By the way, that's the name of the picture. If you want the picture named something else, name it something else, okay? But anyway, there's the picture. We're going to open that. And it uploaded it. Okay, so I'm making this video in two sections, and this is part number 2. So let's recap what we did in part number 1. In part number 1, we learned about the table plugin, learned how to install that and all that. We learned the fact that you need to put this on a page, and we talked about that. So here we are in our table press. Remember, that's the plugin that I told you to use. Excuse me. And we've created a table here, and we've got our numbers over here, and we're going to put our images over here in just a minute. We haven't done that yet. At the end of the last video, we had uploaded our picture. Now, it turns out that for my particular WordPress theme, yours may be different. You'll have to play around with this. But for my particular WordPress theme, 600 pixels across ended up being the right thing. By the way, once you upload this, let me make sure you understand how I got here. Hang on. Okay, here's the dashboard. I go to media, I go to library. And I choose my picture. So here's the picture. It says edit image. And I can put in dimensions here. So if I wanted to be 500 across, the 600 is across there. If I wanted it to be 500 across, I put in 500 and it would scale it appropriately. I'd hit scale. Close that. You'll have to save the image. It'll give you a save right there. That's save button will become live when you change this, and you can save it there. Now 600 is good for me. So I got my image. Actually, let's do this. Here's the URL. Now, okay, this is important. This is the URL on my WordPress site where the image is found. Let me show you what I mean. So look what I did. I copied that by right-clicking, select all, and copying. Now I've got this on my clipboard, and I just put that URL in. See, there's the image, okay, and this is the one I want. So now we need to put this image in here, but we can't just pop the image in there. That won't work, okay? It requires a little bit of HTML, and I'm going to show you this. I've got your little cheat sheet here for you. And the HTML that it requires is called an image tag. And here is the image tag that we're going to use. Let's get rid of this for a sec. Let's just do it like this. Your image tag looks like this. Okay, image source equals open caret image source equals open quotes. Then you're going to put the URL of the image in there, close quotes, space, close caret. So here's my URL of my image, right? So I'm going to take this, and you don't have to do it like this. You could just pop it in there right in there. I'm just doing this for clarity for you, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in that. Now this is a HTML tag that tells the website to display this picture. So now I'm going to take this whole thing right here, copy that, and put it here. See that? Now I would do that for each of my images. In other words, you will upload all your images. It's like I've got all this crap here, but you will upload all your images to WordPress here, so you'd have a bunch of these pictures, right? And your table is going to be bigger than, just probably 10 rows. And each one of these rows is going to be this same HTML command, but with the URL of its respective picture. Okay, and you get the URL of the respective of each picture right here. Right-clicking, select all, and copying. Okay, and that will give you the URL. So, actually, let's cancel that. Let's save it just to make sure I keep you up to speed. Get rid of that. So this is in our table. Now notice, in order to get the table onto the page that we created, and we may have done this last time, pick any of the following. You'll just have to figure out your own wording to say according to how you want to instruct your clients to pick their picture. But all you have to do is, now this is our test page, okay? All you have to do is you have to, let's get rid of that. You have to just put the table, okay? You don't put all this crap in there. You just have to put the table shortcode, which you get here, or you can get the same thing there, okay? You can put the table shortcode in your page, and we're going to update that. Just give it a second to update. And let's go over here and look at the page. And see, there it is. There's my picture. Now, just to make this super duper clear. Now, I'm not doing this myself for a bunch of pictures. Okay? For a bunch of unique pictures, because I don't want to waste your time while I upload or mine while I upload a ton of pictures. But if each of these image tags contained its own picture, you put them all in here like this. Okay, so these ideally would be unique pictures, right? Save those changes. And just give it a second. Refresh. Bam. Okay. See that? Now, just you won't see the edit I'm logged into this site, so that's why I'm seeing that edit button. The people that you send here are not users of your site, and they won't be logged in, so they're not going to see that edit button. And again, we get the framework of the WordPress site. There are some plugins that will get rid of this. You can research that on your own. I'm just here to give you the basics of what you need. But it's fine for you to have a WordPress site with a little bit of stuff on it, and just, put this right here. Okay, so that is how you make a page with a bunch of pictures, so that you can say to a prospective client, yeah, sure, I'd be very happy for you to pick out the picture you want. Just go here. Now, where is here? Here is right there. Okay, so right there is where you want to send people to in your messaging and your emailing, however, when you talk to somebody, however, you want to send people right there in order to see, let's just save all that, in order to see which picture they want to use. Okay, there you have it. So hopefully that will help you out, and talk to you soon.